interesting. I got a comment recently. It's actually a comment I've gotten before, where somebody asked me to do a video where I basically restart the NBA, NFL, NHL, what have you, from scratch. What cities would I put a team in, things like that. And that kind of coincided with this idea that I've had for a very long time that I wanted to do in some capacity in a video, whether it was in a game or something else. And I'm going to in the future do those leagues from scratch. I will do that. I think that's a great idea. But today I want to talk about this idea that I've had for a very long time, and that is the World Baseball League. We just had the WBC a couple weeks ago, and the baseball season's just starting up, so I thought I would strike while the iron's hot. And my idea for this is a worldwide baseball league, kind of like Euro League, kind of, but for the entire globe. And the way I picked the cities for this is based off of the WBSC rankings for which countries have the best teams, looking at the national leagues around the world, and then how big the population of these countries are, the cities that are, successful in baseball, things like that, to determine how many teams a country will get, what country will get teams, and things like that. So, the format I've created here is 2 leagues of 13 teams, and a 6-team playoff on each side of the bracket. The top 6 teams get seeded, one on the west, one on the east. They fight through those brackets till we get a final that's west versus east. And I use the prime meridian to determine the western and eastern conferences of the globe, which is the line that divides the earth in half vertically. So enough talking, let's get into it here. We're going to start with the Global West Conference. This is the countries west of the prime meridian. As you can see, you have Canada, United States, Mexico, you have South America here. These are the main countries we're dealing with here. So, we have 4 teams in the United States, because the United States is ranked as the 2nd highest country on the WBSC World Rankings. But with the massive population and the huge popularity of baseball in the United States, with MLB being the best and most popular league in the world, it seemed fitting that the United States would have the most teams in this tournament. So we get to our first team. And our first team is Los Angeles, California, home to the LA Dodgers. In MLB, we'd probably use Dodger Stadium. Of course, there's also the Los Angeles Angels here, but Los Angeles is a baseball hotbed in the United States. Massive population, big cultural area, and LA is one of the pristine American cities. Now for our next West Coast American team, we go a little bit north, but we stay in California, and we go to San Francisco. Here at Oracle Park is where I have it placed, but really anywhere in San Francisco. This is just kind of a guideline. Another great baseball city. And then you kind of have a West Coast rivalry, Northern California versus Southern California. Now we move to the East Coast of the United States, another massive baseball market, home of the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. I have the pin placed down here in Yankee Stadium, but New York City is the, by population, by economy size, it's like the biggest city in the United United States. I don't have to tell you that. And I think that any sort of representation of the United States on the global stage, New York City will be at the center of that. But just like we had Los Angeles and San Francisco, if you have New York City, you need to have their sports rival. Another massive hotbed of baseball in the United States, Boston, home to the Red Sox. Of course, I'm using Fenway Park here. I think it'd be important because in the United States, if you were playing in a global league, of course you would have the rivalries with the other countries that's built into the competition, but you'd also want the intercontinental rivalries. You know, if New York beat Boston in the standings to make the playoffs, you know, things like that. That would be a big driver behind the sport within the country, within the competition there. Now we're gonna move out of the United States. We go a little bit north to Toronto, home of the Blue Jays. Blue Jays massively popular all across Canada. They're kind of like Canada's de facto team. Canada's the 13th rated team in the WBSC World Rankings as of March 2023. Toronto is a massive cultural, economic population center in Canada, and I think Blue Jays already representing all of Canada basically as one team, having a team participating in a global competition. It should be based out of Toronto, but I wanted to give Canada a second team because Canada is very unique in that they have 2 official languages on the books. So I wanted some francophone representation in Canada. So I'm putting a team in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Get that French representation within Canada. I think the Expos should come back regardless, but the Expos still have a stadium standing. They have Montreal Olympic Park there. And I think, again, having that built-in rivalry within the competition, beyond the international competition, I think is extremely important to have. But finally, let's get out of the US and Canada and move down to Mexico City, home to the Mexico Red Devils, who participate in the Mexican Baseball League. Mexico City is, I believe, the largest city by population in all of North America. Mexico City is a massive, sprawling metropolis, and the Red Devils in the Mexican Baseball League have had a ton of success, and they have a big following. And Mexico is a really big baseball country. They are the 3rd best national team according to the WBSC World Rankings. And Mexico, I think, deserves a second team. And for that, we're going up to Tijuana. Tijuana, a bit more north. You might also get some Tijuana support from, Latinos in the southern United States. It'd be an easy stadium to travel to, both from Mexico up to LA to see those games, or from LA, other parts of the southern United States, down to Tijuana for Mexican Americans. And Tijuana is another really popular team in the Mexican Baseball League, a successful team of the Mexican Baseball League. Now we leave Mexico and we go to the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic, for as small of a country as it is massively represented in baseball. I think something like 8% of all baseball players in the MLB come out of the Dominican Republic. And Santo Domingo, the capital of the Dominican Republic, I think deserves a spot in this World Baseball League that I am imagining. powerhouse teams in this, imaginary league. Moving out of the Dominican Republic, we go to another great baseball country, Puerto Rico. Their capital of San Juan. Puerto Rico is the 11th rated WBSC national team. A lot of great baseball talent coming out of Puerto Rico. And you have the Latin culture all through the United States. I think these teams, they would be coming in when they come play away games in the U.S. I think they draw a lot of attention. It'd be a good way to get tourists into these countries. Now, this one would be tricky. We're going to ignore the political and legal aspect of this, but Havana, Cuba. Cuba's another country that punches well above their weights in the baseball standings. They are currently 7th on the WBSC World Rankings, which is above the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, even though there's not as many Cuban players in the MLB. But Cuba is such an amazing baseballing country that I think you would have to put Cuba into this World Baseball League. I don't think, you could ignore their presence. And again, just have to ignore the political realities of the modern day to assume this could work. Moving out of Havana, we get to Caracas. Now, Caracas is the capital of Venezuela, and Venezuela, they're currently 6th on the WBSC World Rankings. There's a ton of Venezuelan players in MLB and in baseball all around the world. Venezuela is a very strong baseballing country. The economic situation in Venezuela notwithstanding, I think they'd be an amazing addition to a World Baseball League in the Western Hemisphere, what I'm labeling the Global West Conference. Now I believe this is our final team in the West. As I said, I had 13 teams on each side. We have Bogota, Colombia. Colombia is currently 15th on the WBSC Baseball World Rankings, and Bogota, the capital city of Colombia. Basically, I think any team on this list, I believe I only left 2 countries off the WBSC World Rankings list, but I'll talk about that at the end. But Bogota, Colombia is the final team that I have for the Western Global West Conference. So that wraps up the Global West. We move now to the Global East Conference, the countries that are east of the prime meridian dividing line. And we're going to start off with, obviously, Tokyo, Japan. The NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball, is considered the second best baseball league in the entire world, and Japan is a baseball mad country. They just won the WBC. They are the number 1 rated international team on the WBSC World Rankings. And Tokyo is the capital and the largest population and cultural center of Japan. If you're going to have a team in Japan, it makes sense to put a team here in Tokyo. And if you're going to have a team in Tokyo, you need to have another team in Japan to create a national rivalry. And we're going Osaka. We're here at the Koshien Ballpark. Tokyo is the Tokyo Dome, iconic. The Koshien Ballpark, even more iconic. This is where the spring and summer Koshien tournaments are played. And Osaka is a huge baseball city. You have the Hanshin Tigers that play here. And really could have given Japan 3 or maybe even 4 teams in this, imaginary league. But I kept it at 2 here. I could have given them another. I probably should have given them another, but for this, they have 2, one in Tokyo, one in Osaka, but Japan, probably the best baseballing country in the world right now, definitely, according to the WBSC rankings. Now we move out of Japan into Taiwan, another really popular baseballing country. They have, I believe it's called the Chinese Professional Baseball League. Taiwanese baseball got decently popular in the States during COVID when it was like the only league still going. And for this, we're putting a team in Taipei City, the biggest city in Taiwan. It's just right now they play under the name and flag of Chinese Taipei for geopolitical reasons. But they are the 4th best ranked team in the entire world. Chinese Taipei is behind only Japan, the United States, and Mexico. Leaving Taipei City, we move to South Korea, and we go, of course, first to Seoul. Korea has the KBO, the Korean Baseball Organization, I believe. South Korea is the 5th rated national team according to the WBSC World Rankings, and Korea and Japan have a long, storied rivalry with a lot of back and forth, both teams winning really heated, high-stakes games. So if you're gonna have Japan, you have to have South Korea. And South Korea is another team that I decided deserved 2 teams to have an what I want to call it, like a national competition between the 2 teams, so you have some sort of rivalry within the country. And for the second team, we go to the port city of Busan. I believe Busan is the 2nd largest city in South Korea, and I figured having one in Seoul, one in Busan, people within South Korea can choose those allegiances there. Now leaving South Korea, leaving Southeast Asia in general, we come to Australia, and we move to Melbourne. Now Australia had a huge showing at the last WBC. They were definitely like a feel-good story of the tournament, and Australia is a country where baseball is on the rise. There is a domestic league, the ABL, and I decided instead of going Melbourne and Sydney, the 2 largest population centers, I'm going with the cities that actually have bought into baseball. The cities whose teams have had success in recent years and actually show up to games. So we have Melbourne with the Melbourne Aces, and for our other Australian city, we go to Perth, who have the Perth Heat. Perth is considered the best team in the Australian Baseball League, just in general. They have the most wins, I believe, in league history. They've won the most titles, and Perth, baseball's definitely not the most popular city anywhere in or most popular sport anywhere in Australia. But I think Perth and Melbourne have the most support of any Australian cities, and Australia is currently ranked 9th on the WBSC World Rankings. Leaving Australia, we go up to Europe, and this is where it got tricky. I felt like I could have left out a couple of these European cities in favor of maybe another team or 2 in Japan, but we want to go here to Amsterdam. I think that any World Baseball League would be unwise to ignore Europe because of the economic reasons and the cultural reasons, a lot of similarities between Europe and North America. I'm assuming this would be an American-fronted thing in this, fantasy that I've created. But the Netherlands is actually a pretty solid baseballing country, so I'm course, the most populous city in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is currently rated 8th on the WBSC rankings. Staying in Europe for the rest of this video, we go to London. Great Britain is at the bottom of the top 20. They come in 20th on the WBSC rankings. They did not do great in the most recent WBC, but the MLB has been really trying to make inroads into England, just like the NFL has. This year, like just a couple weeks ago, they had games in London. They've had MLB pop-up shops in London trying to sell MLB merch, just like the NFL has been doing. And you can really tell that the MLB is probing into England and London in particular. There's been rumors that the NFL is going to add an expansion team in London and maybe an expansion team in Germany and have like a European division of the NFL. MLB might be looking to do something similar. And with London being such a huge international city as it is, I think it would be silly if you're doing a World Baseball League to not include London, even if England in general isn't a huge baseball country. Leaving London, we go to Rome, Italy. Italy punched well above their weight at the WBC. They rose 4 spots to take the 12th spot on the WBSC World Rankings. Italy is definitely on the up and up as far as baseball is concerned. You know, soccer, European football, definitely going to be bigger there for forever, but baseball is definitely becoming more popular in Italy. Just like it is in this country, Berlin, or rather Germany. Germany is 19th on WBSC rankings. And I think if we're doing a European-based, Western European-based little division here within the Global Eastern Conference, you have to have Berlin. Our second to last spot, we go to the Czech Republic, or Czechia, I'm not sure which they prefer, to Prague. The Czech Republic is currently the 16th rated WBSC team. And finally, Tel Aviv, Israel. This one is out of the way of basically every other city, country here, but Israel is the 18th rated WBSC team. They have really strong political, social, cultural ties to the United States and many of these other Western European countries. So I think it makes sense to have them there. Now you might be asking some places that I left out. China, you know, the second most populated country, first most populated country. I don't know what they are at this point, but China has basically no baseball representation. They claim Taiwan. Obviously, most other places don't agree with that, but that's pretty much their only foothold into baseball. Mainland China and Hong Kong have no interest in baseball whatsoever. Historically, they've considered it a Western influence into China and have not really supported it. Russia, they really don't play baseball. I looked into different parts of Africa. Africa is all about cricket and rugby and of course football. There's no real baseball presence at all in Africa. Any bat and ball sport is going to be cricket. India, Pakistan, all about cricket. So that is why those are some omissions you might be wondering about, but let's take a look here. This is what I was thinking for a, potential, what a playoff bracket would look like. The top 6 teams from the West, top 6 teams from the East, the 1 and 2 seeds getting a bye. So with 13 teams in each conference, you'd have 7 teams missing it. So let's say our 1 seed is New York, and let's say your 2 seed is Mexico City, right? Then the third round you could get this is just something I've been thinking about for a long time. I've tried to set something like this up in different games like the show or NBA 2K, but I can never really get it working in the way I envision it working. So I do hope you guys found this at least somewhat interesting as I do. I find the idea of a tournament like this so fascinating. And like not a tournament, but a league. Like a 182 game league with these teams playing against each other, I think would be absolutely electric. But let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with any of these selections, if you'd pick some other cities instead of the ones I picked. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. And until next time, guys. Bye bye.